Okay, this first song is called Hanging On for the Ride. It's about a little life lesson that a friend of mine had to learn the hard way. 1, 2, 3, just looking for a better way, burn away all the pain I feel inside. It's been a long time since you left, and each day I take a hard look at myself and think about why you say goodbye. Deep down I know I'll never be the same, and I know I only have myself to blame. I'm a million light years away from home, going through hell, I'm all alone. No turning back now, I'm hanging on for the ride. Those words you said keep ringing in my ears. These days seems like at least 1,000 years. Hey, just keep on wasting my life away, but you don't give a damn anyway. Somehow gotta just take it all in stride. Deep down I know I'll never be the same, and I know I only have myself to blame. Hey, I'm a million light years away from home, going through hell, I'm all alone. No turning back now, I'm hanging on for the ride. There's no turning back now, I'm hanging on for the ride. There's no turning back now, I'm hanging on for the ride. There's no turning back now, just hanging on for the ride.
All right, we're going to do a song that I wrote when I was living in Nashville, and the reason I wrote this song, I was out on a date. It was a first date with somebody, and we were out playing pool. And
you mean somebody actually dated you?
Yeah, you'd hard to believe, isn't it?
It's hard to believe.
So,
yeah.
So we were out on this date, and I used to smoke cigarettes, and she said she didn't like me smoking, and I looked at her and I said, well, you know, I'd give this up for you. And that started going through my head, and I was like, oh, man, that's a song. I couldn't wait till the date was over so we can get home. I wanted to get home and write the song, and I had almost the whole song written before I walked in the door, and when I got to the house, about a half hour later, I had the whole song. So that ended up in the second verse, by the way. So here we go. It's called Give It All Up. I like football, Sunday afternoons, bowling on Friday nights and old Skinner tunes. I like hanging out with my friends on Saturday night. Well, habits are hard to break, girl, but that's all right. I'd give it all up if you wanted me to. I'd give it all up for more time with you. Give up everything else in life that I love for your love, for your love. I'd give it all up. And I like smoking Camel cigarettes, drinking cold beer from them brown long necks. I like tuning up my old Ford for a back road race. Since you came along, girl, they all finish second place. I'd give it all up if you wanted me to. I'd give it all up for more time with you. I'd give up everything else in life that I love, and for your love, for your love, I'd give it all up. Even though you told me you love me just the way I am, I want you to understand. I'd give it all up just like that. Give it all up and I'd never look back. I'd give up everything else and thank the Lord above for your love, for your love. Give it all up. Give it all up. Give it all up.
This next song, when you get the inspiration to write a song, it comes in hordes, and you run and you rush and you look for something to write the words down on. This one came to me sitting in the parking lot where I work one night, and I was listening to a band called the Eagles, and I look across the parking lot and see our flag just popping in the wind, and it sounded like cannon fire and gunshots. And it just gave me chills, and my best friend was actually in Iraq at the time, and I thought, man, how many people have fought and died under that flag so I could sit here and do this. So this goes out to all of our troops. This is called "Oh Glory." Politicians talk about the golden rule. Soldiers live off sin. Diesel fuel their enemies run. They search for a place to hide in the gallows of a desert moon. Above it all, oh glory looms. Shots ring out, reaper brings his doom. Like the eagles sang of the great divide, called this their paradise, but they died in the desert. Their mothers cried. White soldier on a plane ride back from hell. Home we ring that old crack bell and pray all of those who served and died. Oh glory, shield yoke, the broken beams, all the soldiers and the shattered dreams. Like an eagle when she spreads her wings to fly, it's the greatest symbol of the many good men went through hell and came back again, and all of those who served with the man on high. Like a soldier who knows it's too late to cry, we can't sit on our hands and watch the days go by. She still hangs on the wing, she's flying high. So we'll keep on looking for better ways to deal with the evils in the world today. Eliminate those who try to take our pride. Oh, glory seal your broken beams. All the soldiers and the shattered dreams, like the angels when they spread their wings to fly. It's the greatest symbol of the many good men went through hell and came back again, and all of those who serve with the man on high. Broken beams, all the soldiers and the shattered dreams, like the angels when they spread their wings to fly. It's the greatest symbol of the many good men went through hell and came back again, and all of those who serve with the man on high, and all of those who serve with the man on high.
Hi, we're back. I know I loved it. I'm sure you loved it too. Can you tell me a little bit about how did you guys get your name, Mandolin Whiskey?
It's a bit of a story, but about 6 years ago, I stopped into this little guitar shop in town called Phil's Woodshed in Mercer. And there was this young kid in there just killing a banjo. His name is Jim Helmetzi, and he's incredible. But anyway, he reminded me so much of one of my mother's cousins that I used to see in Harlan County, Kentucky when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. The guy was incredible. And he was about the same age as this kid that I saw, and I said, how did you learn to play that way? And he just said, it just came natural. So the next day I called my aunt, and I said, where is Merle Boggs? Merle Boggs is my mother's first cousin.
Okay.
And she told me he was in Columbus, Ohio. So I called him. Me, TC, Jim Helmetzi, made a road trip over to see him. I hadn't seen him in 35 years. Well,
this is the short version of the
yeah,
story.
this is the
Okay,
short
all right,
version.
all right.
It really is, but I'm getting to a point. So anyway, they played all weekend. I recorded it, put it on YouTube, came home, and he came over to visit. He says, hey, I have something I want to send you in the mail. He said, I'm not going to tell you what it is until you get it. So about a week later, I got this big box in the mail, and I opened the box up, and there's a mandolin case in it. And this thing looks like it came off Noah's Ark. I mean, it's the case is peeling
Ancient.
off. And,
It was old.
And I'm like,
Old.
I held it in my hands and I just got this head rush. I opened it up and it was like opening a casket to a man that had been buried alive. And inside was this beautiful old Epiphone mandolin.
It was epic.
It was one of the last Epiphones made in New York City by the Epiphone brothers.
Nice segue there.
So I took it out. I had my friend come over, string it, tune it for me, and I just started playing it right there. Well, it was separating on the body. I took it to a luthier, and I said, "What do you think the stain is on the front?" It had a real big stain about that long, and he said, "It's probably from alcohol."
Oh.
It's probably,
Probably
and I
moon-
said,
it's
well,
probably moonshine.
that makes
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
because everybody that owned it before me was probably an alcoholic.
Knew a little bit about moonshine.
I found
And
out,
everybody since. No.
I found out later that this mandolin, it was over 50 years old, had been in my family since it was new.
Oh.
And eventually it ended up in my mother's hands. My mother's deceased. She died of cancer in 1995.
I'm sorry.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know this thing existed. So Tisa and I sat down and started talking, and we came up
You
with the
phoned
name.
me over shortly after you
Yep.
got it, and I looked at it, and it was like, I couldn't believe this thing.
Yep. So we started talking and said, we got to come up with a band. So we formed a band. We said, what are we going to call our band? And I had the old mandolin out, and we looked at it, and we went,
Mandolin, and that stain is like what? It could be
mandolin
whiskey,
shine, mandolin
moonshine,
whiskey, and
mandolin
everybody
whiskey.
just went, that's it.
And
So that's how we got
Which
our
mandolin
It's a-
moonshine wouldn't have been bad either.
Mandolin
but
shine would have been good, yeah.
that would have been
Just mandolin shine.
Mandolin
Pretty
moonshine.
Yeah.
Little-
But that's how we got our
whiskey
name.
came.
That's
how we got
beautiful.
our
It's a
name.
beautiful story.
Thank you.
How can people get in touch with you then? Where can they find you?
They can find us on Facebook,
We have Mandolin Whiskey Facebook page. We have on True Volume?
Pure Volume.
Or Pure Volume.
Pure Volume.
And Mandolin Whiskey on Pure Volume. So we have a number of different places. They can send a carrier pigeon if they really know their way around Mercer.
Carrier pigeon.
They can actually download our music on purevolume.com as
Okay,
well.
great.
Yes. Just go to purevolume.com and enter in Mandolin Whiskey in the search.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
our page.
Or you can just do a Google search and it'll take you.
Yeah, it will
Sign
take
up
you.
as a fan. Sign up as a fan, and like us on Facebook because we like you.
Right.
That's right.
And if you go to Facebook or to the Pure Volume, it has a list of our events. So
Yes.
if you're
Schedules
interested
there.
in finding out where
Exactly,
we're going
right.
to be,
Schedules
you can
there,
go to
too.
either one of those. We always post on Facebook when we have an upcoming
Do you guys do a lot
event.
of festivals and that sort of thing, or?
We have about 20 on our
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah,
for the
we've
summer.
got this summer's just crazy.
Yeah, the
It's,
last couple of years, well, 2012 and 13, we played 105 gigs.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I can
so
understand.
we're
that.
trying to get a bar mitzvah, but we haven't nailed one down yet.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're going
that
to use
would
him
be-
as the guinea pig.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
I
you for
really
having
enjoyed
us.
not only our
It's been a pleasure.
conversations and stuff, but the music was phenomenal, and we hope to see you guys out
Well,
there.
thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This has been
What a great
a
experience.
real treat.
It's been epic.
It's
to
been
say the
it's
least.
been
been
epic.
epic.
Yeah, nice segue there.